Lanchi.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Wasonko. Now I'm joined with my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde, as well as our newspaper review guest, Mr. Mboch. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen.
Yeah,
yesterday, the weekend was a bit tough for a certain group of people. You know, it was really tough yesterday because we saw Manchester United and Liverpool's game yesterday. And I'm sending some love and light to all Manchester United fans, including myself. You know,
Oh, you're a Man United
well,
fan,
I
are you?
love Manchester so much.
Oh,
they're so posh and classy and everything. So you're a Liverpool fan. How
Big
did you
time.
feel yesterday?
Oh my God, I couldn't contain myself. I was all over the place, man. Fantastic. I haven't felt this for God knows how long. See, there was a lot of disrespect about Liverpool. So we had to show them. And we had to show them against Man United.
Are you Man United, or yesterday you supported Man United or you Liverpool?
That's
the 7-0 there.
I am part of the group that we are the ones called not interested.
Not interested, but it's so much fun, you know.
No, not fun for me.
It's life.
I'm not
you know?
interested in it.
So
I got my life somewhere, so I don't watch football.
It's a spoiled sport.
Wow, man, I don't follow.
You are such a killjoy.
Wow.
You are such a killjoy,
but
honestly.
My joy is alive on another area.
Yeah, don't
so
kill
different
joy.
from football. Football, it's not the only place to have joy. You
But
can
anyway,
have joy somewhere as well. So
Mr.
I'm not interested.
Mr. Adedirami, I'm sending you some love and light. You're a great person, and I know you can handle the situation, Ade. I know that. You can. Gajaga, Momodu Gajaga, sending you some love all the way from here to Birkama. I know yesterday it must have been really hard for you, but alhamdulillah, you know, you will have your comeback. They can, right?
Oh, big time.
You never know what happens.
No, they will come back.
They will come back
brilliant
strong.
side. It was just one of those days. Bad day at the office.
Exactly.
Stuff
It
like
happens
that.
at the end of the day. Yeah, so gentlemen, today we have a packed program. Now because of that, we're just going to head right on to the proverb, and then we head right on to what the papers are saying as well.
I'm just afraid if you will be able to exhaust the time.
Well, we will try.
Yeah, so let's see what the African proverb reads. One finger cannot wash the whole face. One finger cannot wash the whole face. Only if you have one finger and there is no option, you can use one finger to wash the whole face, Mr. Mboch. And I'm going to jël benn baram nga jël ko diko def ni ci say. You can't.
Mr. Mboch.
Have you tried it before?
Because I'm having 10 fingers, so I don't need to try it.
All right, then stop speculating about
Mama
it. Maybe you can.
No.
Try it first.
No, so gisee ma wax lolu dafa am benn angle bu ma ko jëlee.
Mooy.
Understand nga bu nekkee foofu rek moo sës benn finger boobu rek moo sës boobu ngay manager. Understand nga? You know, boo gisee yaa ngeen ne one finger cannot wash the whole face. It's because you are having 5 fingers on one hand. Bu nekkee ne benn finger nga am, you will use that finger to try, you know, wash other sides of your face.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
Mung na won ne bu nekkee ne option boobu rek moo fa sës. If that is the only option you have. I'm not in a situation so they do as an individual. You know, you try maneuvering to an extent because boobu rek moo fa sës. Loolu rek nga muna def pour nga muna get away with that.
Okay. So yaa ngi wax ne imaginal ne suma fingers yëpp dañ dog. For some reason, I'm not accident bu mu nekkoon benn rek a des. This is the scenario. This is the scenario you're giving me now. This is the scenario. Lii moo fa sës.
Moo fa sës. Bu nekkee moo fa sës.
I have to imagine it that way, don't I?
Wow.
So you can use it.
You can use
That's
that.
not the spirit
Anyway,
of this.
That's not the spirit of
this.
this, and I agree with Mr. Mboch. It's not the spirit of it in the sense that one finger cannot wash the whole face. This is talking about achieving the best out of the best. If you want to achieve it, you have to collaborate. That is what it's talking about. And without that collaboration, you will not achieve maybe something, maybe you have a benchmark you know, put it that way. The moment you put it that way, then you will know ne sa benn finger boy wax ni du mun a achieve xëj na dañ set standards already. So we're talking about standards maybe that have been set, and then to be able to achieve it, you need, you know, it needs to bring about like collaborative action to be able to like achieve it. It's never many governance, right? You have to bring all sectors together. You have to bring all ministries together pour nga mën a achieve. The last time we had when we had this disaster happen, you know, we talked about the fact that, oh, what's happening? Things are uncoordinated. People are not working together. And it didn't work well. That is because the bodies that are supposed to come together, you know, to work together to achieve what they need to achieve did not come together. So because bena baram, more meaning bena institution, more connected to dohal, do doh. Parce que dafa am standard buñ tek.
So gisee nak ma wax lolu nonu, the proverb is way beyond fingers. Understand nga? So ko sété bu baax, xam nga ñun di failure buñ dé def in our daily activities moy ñun angle buñ dé gisé rek bobu bena angle bobu lañ dé sét. Understand nga? You are talking of, okay, fine. Now let's say it's a team. Understand nga? Man tay suma nekkut on this platform. Xam nga? That doesn't mean ne Jenaba waruta liggéey. Jenaba will come and do the show. So fi Jenaba nekkut, I'll be here. Okay, yo dang fi neka. So legi, what about if I am not here? Yo nekulo fi Jenaba fa tok mu ne no balde neko fi mboj neko fi, so it will not work. So mota dañ wara set. Mota there are people gis nga adina dafa bari ku nekk ak no de xalaté. Maybe ñun li la ñoo xalaté, man ma ngi xalaté ni amna ku nekk di xalaté another. Da lolu degala kay. Understand?
Why Proverb? Come linga explain me.
Let's put it this way, Balde. I get your point.
Me too.
In certain extreme, exceptional circumstances, we make do with whatever is there. That's very, very true. Otherwise, in the normal scheme of things, it really always takes a team, really, to achieve
certain things.
In many things.
Understand?
I
understand the point that you are driving.
In many things.
That's the normal thing. No, for Mel. Teamwork is very important. For us to be able to achieve what we want, we must work as a team.
And even deeper.
Wow. Why not Jay? Bu nekké né teamwork bi yow rek ya sawar di def liggéey lolu ñalé suñu slagé doesn't have to make you slag.
Why ba légui di nga gis né ñoñu sa suñ doxut daf dé am another impact even though nga achieve sa standard why yow tamit maybe nga am si choono yaram or something else.
Moy na gis nga baram bobu bena baram bobu nonu soko usé nga raxas amna place yo xamné du set.
Lola la explain
why still it can wash it.
Balde in this proverb si context buñ ko nekk di waxé understand nañ Proverb mel ni lu wax sa mus nañ ko deal with. Sometimes you have to, you know, go on and do certain things. But then, in this context, mënuta du dox. Wax na la governance aspect bi. Non, bobu du dox.
Bu nekké lolu rek mo fa ci.
What li Balde di def moy, yang ñoy is still sort of extreme scenarios. And this is the whole point of Proverbs. Xam nga ñu bounce ko around a bit, you know, and stuff like that. Well, you dafa assume ne really all being equal. So your extremities, you're giving the extremities, fine. Everything, you know, it's interesting to talk about that. Why in this context, it assumes that all being equal, really it takes a team to achieve things. In even deeper than that.
That's true.
And it's deeper than that. When I face a situation, a difficult situation, and trying to find solutions, we find that it's better to get a whole team out of a community of minds. That's where the best solutions emerge. Not just one person, sort of a kind of genius, Einstein genius, sitting somewhere, coming up with answers. Life doesn't work like that. Even Einstein alone, he's reading a book written by somebody else.
Exactly.
So there is
and
that interaction.
Even if there's a genius in the group, the genius, you know, there's something we call delegation. There's always something the genius can say, oh, you need to go do this for me. And then when you bring it together, I'll make maybe the final decision. But whatever the case, it's just important. Companies, that's how companies work. That's how governments work. We see the moment governments do not collaborate, ministries do not collaborate, things fail. It doesn't work.
I agree. Xam nga comme lu ma wax moy man I agree te xam naa ne gis ngeen suma point. Understand nga many hands make light work.
Wow.
Lulu, understand nañ ko. Why man I'm just trying to view at another angle. Bi nga xam ne another man out there, it's viewing the same way. Understand?
Good, yeah.
You know? Wow, so we are out of time. Today our program is packed.
Wow, it's packed.
Can we acknowledge our sponsors?
Yeah, so we're acknowledging our sponsors. Man, hold on. Why are you tamit?
Kula defal li?
Fashion Online Gambia.
Manta, you know what they suffer South Africans.
Fashion Online Gambia, ñoo def di boole ko suma chain ak yooyu. But anyway, Opticalia, thank you so much for being part of our team and calling on more sponsors to come on board. We can do products placement.
Absolutely.
We can just do anything.
We can even do mouth-to-mouth advertisement for you.
Waaw
ñun dañoo sabar ak suñ gémmiñ.
ñu ñëw wax suñ sabar suñ bongo naan. ñun dañoo bongo suba.
ñun dañoo sabar.
ko def loolu la yàlla dogal.
ñun dañoo woyaan.
dañoo woyaan
ay géwél.
yëpp la ñoo def. tey sa war nañoo dem woyaani Qcell de.
nuroo na ko de.
nuroo na ko tey bés bi nuroo na ko de. waaye daal Opticalia daal yéen keep it up ah. But apart from that, before we go for the break, we also want to acknowledge our young Scorpions. Thank you so much for the brilliant work that you're doing. Our young Scorpions are through to the semi-finals of the under-20.
They are to play Nigeria.
They are to play Nigeria, and then you know it's amazing. We should give them the required support.
We are hopeful.
Let's treat this like it's our Scorpions, the bigger team, because num bon ñom ñoñu sargal ñu ngi ni di dem World Cup amu fi wonte am na fi so nañ leen jox the required support buñ ne rek under 20 la. So let's go.
Ghana, National Independence Day, 26th of March, isn't
Wow.
it? Happy Independence Day,
Yeah,
Ghana.
happy Independence to
Yeah,
Ghana.
to Ghana.
Well.
I think
Yeah,
it is
to all the
today.
Ghanaians. Let's go for a short break and we'll be right back.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm Jenna Wasonko. I'm joined by these amazing gentlemen, Mr. Mumudumboch, as well as Ibrahim Abalde. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Do you want to pass some of those papers over? I think that's point.
Yes, I'll be very happy to do that.
Okay, that's point. So let's.
Mr. Boyd, can you take us through the headlines of the Foreign newspaper?
Okay, you want to start with The Voice, maybe, or you want me to start?
Ladies first.
Ladies first, okay. Here we have that GRA awards 31 most compliant taxpayers, institutions, as well as individuals. And then National Assembly members play important role in post-pandemic recovery, Gambian Foreign Minister says. And also NPP to announce local government election candidates before Friday. And then 2 Senegalese in police net. Yes, that's all we have here. And then we have, yeah, that's all we have, because I don't think there's any editorial today. Seems Jerry bought the editorial aspect.
Let's pick some mandinka here. President Barrow says, ka fodo kula ye inimbara ka juso sumuyandile. I think that's the GRA awards.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, so we also have...
What does it mean? Can you...
ka fodo kula inimbara ka juso sumuyandile. To
say
acknowledge
people who work.
the efforts of your maybe staff that can, you know, make them happy. That's
nice.
what he's talking about, at least to say thank you. No government will survive without elements of socialism. And of course, we also have...
Says who?
Abdullah Aziz Sohna.
From PDOS?
Yeah, I think so. He looks like it.
Well, it's sounding like it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
sounding like it, yeah.
okay.
Is that all?
It says incentive I don't even know. That's a typing error.
Mr. Mo, do you want to go ahead then?
Incentivizing our security sector is a better way for a reform than downsizing or right-sizing them.
Why voice nu ngi tanga tay de.
Mr. Boy, xanaa yow sa alarm bi ten nga ko set. Mr. Boy léegi nag xam naa ne li moo tax doo yaa ngi lifin. Waaye ten Mr. Boy quarter past 10. Ana boobu mistake la.
Nga bi démba la woon, there was something else.
waaye man dama daw génn platform bi.
Te moom téye naa la.
So da nga feeku ni.
Waaw.
Baax na Mr. Mbodj.
Mr. Boy mun naa ko léegi adee moo des.
Shall we?
Yes, please. Please, yes. Yes, please.
Ecobank wins largest taxpayer award. That was at the GRA, I think, awards. Petrol still not available in many fuel stations.
Yes.
Second story there, Foroya, I've got Foroya here. And the president, in quotes, we need to shift from depending heavily on foreign aid.
Yeah.
Just how do we do that? National Assembly convenes first ordinary session today. And 27 people arraigned for alleged drug offenses in Brikama.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, to start with, the GRA Awards, GRA Awards, 31 most compliant taxpayers, institutions, individuals. We saw, whenever something happens, we see how there are two different views to a situation. Because we see individuals saying, oh, we feel that people should not be awarded for paying their taxes because they are supposed to. And then some are like, it's a boost, just awarding people. It's a motivation to other people to say, oh, if I do pay my taxes, I can be recognized. So these are the two views. One is a duty. You're not supposed to be awarded. One is like, you need to award people for others to stay motivated to pay their taxes.
You see, it doesn't have to be either or.
Okay.
We all know that it's a duty, but there's nothing wrong with GRA sort of coming with this sort of incentive, as it were, yes? I mean, they sometimes suggest that, imagine with all the wards, the council wards, imagine you had a competition. Who's got the cleanest ward? Maybe every 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Who's got the cleanest ward? Can you imagine how you would incentivize people to get up and do things?
Yeah.
So, yes, so it's a duty. We all recognize that, but I don't see much wrong in what what they're doing at all.
All right,
Yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
generally,
That's
but thumbs
interesting.
up to GRA for staging this, and we will be joined by a representative, which I will not announce yet, as QCell picked up 3 awards at the 5th edition of the GRA Awards on Saturday. So we'll be talking about that shortly. But then you talked about foreign aid. What's the headline again?
Yeah, that's the one. We need to shift from depending heavily on foreign aid.
So
That's the
the
president.
question
I mean,
is,
we've known that for
what
a long
should
time.
we do to shift from foreign aid? Because you can see with the issue of foreign aid, Mr. Mboj, it goes beyond just us receiving the aid from the individuals. But most of the time, us as African countries are not even compliant when it comes to following standards for this foreign aid that we get to receive. We are not very compliant. Sometimes we misuse the funds. Sometimes we use it for maybe empowering dictators. So at the end of the day, it's left to us to maybe leverage on these funds or grants or loans or scholarships that we get to put our house in order. And then at some point, we will not need it anymore. So I think we are the problem as African countries.
Well, there's no denying that. We understand his point. That's the question. What do you do about it? I understand your point that right now, we have to depend on aid, foreign aid. This is what we depend on. So what do you do with the foreign aid?
That's where the problem
spend it
is.
wisely, judiciously, granted. But what the president wants is that sort of self-reliance, self-dependency, for us to generate enough income so that we can spend on what we need to spend.
But the thing is, you
That
have
is
to
the
be
problem.
smart about
That's
it,
the
okay?
problem.
Currently, foreign aid is what you have. How best can you leverage on that in agriculture to make sure to use that towards that self-sufficiency that we are talking about? It's a matter of that. But then you are saying you want to be self-sufficient, and then when you receive the aid, you don't put it into towards self-sufficiency.
Well, I think
not that we are necessarily accusing him
Yeah.
of this, but what we are saying is generally we tend to see
African
this. We
governments.
tend to see this.
Yes.
Money will come in, but it will be misspent,
Yes,
if you know what I mean.
most of the time.
That sort of thing. Oh, absolutely. That's
But
right.
it seems, gentlemen, we just ran out of time because, like I said, the papers, Ibrahim, today, the running order is too packed. I don't know who put this together, but it was too packed for us because we can't achieve much. But then hopefully we will do what we did last week, that is to carry some of the stories forward to discuss tomorrow, because they are very interesting headlines here. But Mr. Mbodj, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to another session.
The pleasure is all mine.
Okay. This
Chenyal
Let's go for a
alarm
short
be
break.
6:30.
We'll be right back.
Service in the Gambia, where Sparse Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motor services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Bosonko. So like I said, QCell scooped 3 awards at the GRA Awards over the weekend. That is the Domestic VAT Taxpayer, as well as the Large Taxpayer of the Year, as well as Most Compliant GSM Company of the Year. Isn't this big, Ibrahim?
Absolutely.
This is huge. 3 awards in one night.
This is history.
This is definitely. And we're joined by the Senior Manager Corporate Affairs of the Q Group.
Morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
Lovely.
It's so weird.
Today I'm wearing a different hat.
You're wearing a different hat.
I'm wearing the QCell.
Yeah.
I'm QTV today.
Yeah, so you were there on behalf of the Q Group,
Yes.
as well as other senior managers,
Exactly.
to receive these 3 awards. So what does this mean for a very young company?
I think Balde's word was the word I was going to use. It was historic
Yeah.
because we actually received more awards than any other company there. So we went up to the President Barrow and the Director General 3 times, and he gave us these awards and this. And for the company, it's a badge of honor because, as you know, our CEO Mohammed Jai always says the highest form of patriotism is paying your taxes and paying them on time. So for us, we were very, very pleased.
Yeah, so I think, you don't ligate QCell.
Wow, definitely.
So I think, you might
Exactly.
have...
In fact, I should give him one
You
of these
should give
too.
him one of those to wear.
think
How
it's-
do you
it's-
feel about
it's,
this?
It's not a surprise to me. I mean, QCell awarded, 3 awards at the award night. And, because all that we do, because when you hear what the CEO normally say, is discipline. You have to be hardworking, you have to be disciplined, you have to be law-abiding citizen. So it's not a surprise to me. So how do you feel, Alaji Tunkara, receiving this on behalf of the Q Group?
Actually, like I said, it was an honor for me to receive them, but receiving them on behalf of all of the staff, especially the QCell staff, who work day in and day out. And I think it's the badge of honor I mentioned is because it shows that Gambians and people in the Gambia are using QCell services, and we're providing the quality services that GSM consumers require, and at a good price. So, as you can see, the one for the GSM compliant, GSM compliant of the year. That one, of course, is extra special because QCell is doing wonders in the GSM sector, and this was the actual award that we won.
Yeah.
And then, actually, the surprise was the large taxpayer.
Yeah.
We did really well in that category. So, and then also with the VAT. So,
Yeah.
you know, it shows year in and year out. We receive awards each year, and these awards are special because the GRA Awards is based on metrics. It's based on what you do, what you pay to the country. So even, you know, like I said, President Barrow and DG Dabo, they were very happy and excited. And unfortunately, our CEO has traveled, so we represented him there. But I was speaking to him the other night, and he's ecstatic about this. So, and actually, he said that everybody in QCell should be very proud of what they've done to achieve this because it's a team effort, as you know.
And one thing that I appreciate about QCell is the fact that, you know, apart from just paying taxes as a national duty, you're very keen on your corporate social responsibility. Why is that?
Well, we have to give back. Well, it's one thing to make money, but we have to give back, and I think that's why the Q Group Foundation was set up. You know, and they do many things, whether it's the Q and Ndogo, even Q City. Most people don't know, but Q City is under the Q Group Foundation.
Nice.
It's to provide a place for for people to hang out with their families. So there's many things. Obviously, the flood relief, the disaster relief, many things. So yes, you know, we're a business. We're in a business to make money, but we're citizens of this country, and we have to help those less fortunate as well.
Yeah, well, and at the same time, you know, the good thing is, I mean, the Q Group management will always hand over this award back to its staff again. You know, I can remember there was a time when we were awarded, the CEO called everybody and we converged at the cafeteria where he said, this is done by us, not only, you know, the management of Q Group. So I think that's a very good one. And we are expecting another one too.
Yeah.
And I think your proverb today was what?
The proverb, one finger cannot wash the whole face.
It goes to what you've just
Collective.
said. It takes a team effort to make these things work. It's not one person.
And I also think that this particular award reflects our mantra, which is QCell Sunibus. You know, if you can't give back, if you can't pay your taxes, it isn't Sunibus because it's that money that will be used at the end of the day for national development. Exactly. So I think this award kind of validates our mantra, which is QCell Sunibus. I think so. What do you think, Alaji?
No, that's exactly it. Sunibus has been our motto, our mantra, as you said from the beginning. And also, you know, we also use we innovate, others follow, because at QCell we bring innovative products and services, you know, to make communications better and more affordable in this country. And we'll continue to do that. And very shortly we're making a really big announcement on a new service that we're bringing to the country. And inshallah, that will take us forward even more.
Well, this is a huge, I mean, task now on the soldiers of the Q Group. I mean, now here we are awarded 3 awards and that one. And we don't, yes, the most compliant GSM
Let me hand this
of
to
the
you.
year, yes.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations.
now we are expected to, you know, perform more, even years to come.
Exactly. Receiving an award is for something that you've already accomplished. But that award then should spur you to do more. It's an incentive. Just like DG Dabo was saying, these awards are, people not receiving awards, they should be, the people receiving them are an incentive to them to receive it next time. So hopefully next year we will have more awards.
Yeah, and in different departments as well, because it's a Q Group. We have the QTV, you know.
Yes.
There's
next
a media component.
Definitely next year we expect to see QTV, Q Radio.
Yeah, we are going for it, you know. There's a media
Inshallah.
component as well.
And we'll let you go and collect it for us on our behalf.
Obviously. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Tunkara.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
Always
and
a pleasure.
congratulations to all QCell staff for this brilliant awards.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, the program continues. We'll be right back.
ñun ñooy network bi nga xam ne ñëpp ñun lañ óolu di continuer di leen indil internet service bu gaaw ànd ak kóolare si biir réew mi fii ak suñ 4G plus internet speed bi ñu ngi leen a ne gaaw na ànd ak kóolare saa su ne fu ne ak QCell dawal léegi nga ut QCell sim card foofu si suñ customer care centers yu nekk si réew mi nga jëfandikoo 4G internet plus bu gaaw bii si réew mi pour am si lu leer callal QCell customer care si 111 QCell suñu bos ñu xaali yoon bi ñeneen toppa
Qcell compagnie bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew mi Qcell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu déggantaan Qcell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu
Qcell woni GSM company ɓurɗo janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e Qcell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G Qcell network ɓuraɗo holorede ko leydi Gambia.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at Qcell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boosterview Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm.
Qcell suñu bondul ɓuri yawude holora te non kadi ɓuri moƴƴude ko leydi Gambia ɗo si tawi hiɗa ka golle ma ɗum hiɗa ka l'école ma ka kangesa natugo internet nafitoroɗa suñu bondul ko kañum ɓuri moƴƴude no fuɗɗori mégabaji noga yeehi ha mégabaji 13 waɗu dial *303# fi wawa tawede ɗum ɗo nafitoroɗa internet tarif ɓurɗo weɓude nata e Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp e dulaji boyi nafitoro suñu bondul family on fi wawa natude ko internet no faliraɗa data package ɓurɗi weɓude fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi noddu Qcell customer care e 111 Qcell suñu boss menen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And Ibrahima, you know we're in March, and when it's March, it's all about women-related activities. Ibrahima,
exactly.
are you
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
You know it's March.
Yeah, it's March.
So how do you feel it's March? You know?
Well, March is a great month, and it's a month for women, and I think they deserve to get their own month, and they deserve to be celebrated because they are doing a lot in this country, not the country, but the world at large. So it will be fair for it to be celebrated.
Yeah, I'm happy you didn't say men should have a month. I was expecting him to say that, alhamdulillah. He did not. So Santayala, he's on our side all the way.
I'm in for women this week. I'm in for the women.
Okay, good, whatever. So we're joined by Mati Manka. Thank you so much for joining us. Mati is the Performing Arts Officer at National Center for Arts and Culture. And the National Center for Arts and Culture this time is celebrating International Women's Day in grand style. And tell us all about it.
Thank you very much for having me this morning. The National Center for Arts and Culture, in collaboration with the Network of Women in the Arts, last year during the celebrations of the International Women's Day, we launched this Network of Women in the Arts that is meant to gather women that are into the arts. We have women that are in fashion, poetry, you know, all these different areas of the art to come together, at least to have a platform that we can use to network, to create opportunities, to talk about our problems, to find solutions and all of that. So this year we're organizing the first edition of the Women Art Fest, which comes in the form of an all-women art exhibition from the 8th to the 13th at Alliance Franco. Then we have a Women Excellence in the Arts Award. we want to recognize those women that have contributed in the development of our art sector. We just don't want to, give, for the first edition, we just don't want to have any nomination or give it to upcoming. We want to give it to the women that have done, not the ones that are doing. Yes, the pioneers, the champions, the doyens of our creative industry. We're looking at Auntie Janet Bajan Young, we're looking at Patient Godwin Sonko, Auntie Fatou Juka Jabang, and all these amazing women that has contributed so much. So we want to say thank you, their role in Jukal. We just don't want to wait until they are no more. Then we Sunday son, no, we want to start it here and appreciate them. We want the young ones to be inspired by their stories. They have stories that can, help this generation. And we want to use this opportunity as well to accelerate government interest in the arts. Because, when it comes to the arts in the Gambia, it's really a very sad story. We have all these wonderful talents out there scattered everywhere. So we want to use these women to tell their stories, inspire the younger generation. So we're doing this with the award ceremony. We're also having the exhibition, which we're encouraging Gambian women that are into fashion, handicrafts, locally made Gambian, like this packaging products, and all of that. So that will be from the 8th to the 13th at the Alliance Franco.
Yes. I mean, I hope it won't be a duplication of efforts here. I can remember last week we invited the woman boss. She was here. I think they are also doing a thing like that to recognize people that have been here for a very long time. Women that contributed immensely when it comes to nation development and personal development for other people. So here you are also awarding women
in the arts.
Yes,
only.
in the arts.
Only.
Okay.
Only. Yeah, we're looking at the different, like we have 12 categories. Even arts teacher. We went to WAEC, we know that we have female art teachers. We have females that are women that are teaching arts in the school. So we want to have, at least from your recognition, we want a woman that you think has, is doing well, has taught young children, arts and all of that. And and we were given a very good recommendation. We're working with that. So our own is quite different from all of these awards that are happening because we're only focusing on the arts. Only on the arts.
And at the end of the day, I think, it's not a duplication in a way, because there are a lot of women in Gambia, women in different sectors.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I'm on 100 awards, it's fine. Because,
my reason of saying duplication is, I mean, the category of people that we are recognizing. You understand? We also have youngsters who are trying very well. I mean, a tap on the back will also, do to encourage them.
Yes, definitely. Like I said in the beginning, this is our first edition. And I am somebody that has been inspired by the work of these women. I have worked with them, and sometimes, you hear them, but nobody recognizes what we're doing. Nobody even acknowledges, nobody even says, okay. But I know people like me, if I can be inspired by the stories of these women that have done so much, then why not just use these women to do what they have done, what they have instilled in me, at least to, brought it out. So that's why I said, okay, that's the idea of the whole thing.
And I think, Ibrahim, going back to your point, I think this is just a new trend. Awards, really, because previously in Gambia, award doran do sabe gis nit di award nit o nga do be gis nit sa di award nit and people dañ da nga gis ku dem be dee sax don't def great job ken du tok ne la am award.
I think it's a good
initiative. It's a good initiative.
It's a good one.
For a start, because it's not for the young people. As I said, and as I always tell people, I'm not giving the doing, I'm giving those that have done. ñoo xam ne def nañ, not ñoo xamante ñu ngee def for this first edition.
Pour ñële tam ñu def.
Waaw, pour ñële ñu gën a mun a def. Exactly, that's the idea. That's the whole idea.
Interesting. So who are you partnering? I mean,
we are partnering with. When it comes to this.
Because I know government institutions, you always cry.
Yes, amuñ xaalis, but we just want to thank people like GT Board, institutions like GT Board. We want to thank GTHI, the Gambia Tourism Board. We want to thank, of course, my husband for supporting tremendously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
State of Mike. I've been there all the way
Yeah.
through, you know, pushing and pulling and inspiring. We also thank the National Center for Arts and Culture is a partner. Of course, it's the Center and Women in the Arts, Network of Women in the Arts. We want to thank Absolute Entertainment. We want to thank Fatu Camara and all of these people, the Fatu Network. Yes.
So moving on, what support has the National Center for Arts and Culture been providing these women? Because wanga already ne dañoo def award beeg yooyu xam nga loolu is just one thing ñoo la benn guddi rek ñu jox nit ñi accolade ñu dem ba pare xam nañ ne ñooñu yaaga nañoo soona daal so yéen lan mooy woon seen taxawaay since boo leen réaliser ne ñu ngee soona te loolu yaaga na tey
so ma laajee question boobu daf maa neex a tontu because fu mu nekk ni National Center for Arts and Culture nekkul ne dañ jóg pour jigéen ñi right now recently ñu ngi am benn project boo xamante ni specifically for women artists. Imagine we conducted a survey all over the country interviewing women because at the end of the day dañ am project boo xamante ni is called Ashback. Project bi pour jigéen yi la pour ñu mu ngi leen a dimbali jigéen boo xam ne dem na ba pension. We want to create this artist endowment fund foo xamante ni jigéen boo xamante ni dem nga ba pension wala soxla nga security wala soxla feebar nga yàlla terati ko bu nga faju di nga ñëw ne ok man de lii moo ma jot la lee moo ma jot so I need so right now last week from the first, second, third, we had this workshop for 100 women.
Nice.
We had a consultant from UNESCO. You know, teaching these women, you know, giving them knowledge, you know, and all of that. So NCAC right now is really working with these women. From the 500, we had 515 survey questions that was conducted nationwide. And from this, we were able to come up with a draft validation, which we validated on Monday to see how best we can help women, especially those that are in the arts. So from this, we are now creating the Artist Endowment Fund to help these women. When we conducted the interview, we wanted to know their status. We wanted to know the problems because you just cannot say, "Al problem bi lila," unless you talk to them. So we did that, and from that now on, we're coming to have this artist
interesting. Mrs. Manka, I hope sometimes it is easily said than done.
Yes.
I mean, most of these organizations, they implement projects and talk about women. But at the end of the time, so they may be nga xol lu fa nekk sa da nga xamne no ñi dañu wax rek dañu noise rek so I hope ne lolu
no definitely no because this is something
because ñun dañu investigate
ñun we are going to check xam nga rek se ni ngeen mel ci dëkk bi
unfortunately enough things have happened but we are
waaye noonu lañ mel ci dëkk bi kenn waxul dara musuma dégg artiste bu leen a thumbs up
waaw dinañu thumbs up xam nga lu nekk loo gis rek time la waaye dinañu thumbs up sobe yàlla because waa léegi we are really working definitely things are the director general that we have at the NCAC is very passionate about young people, about the arts and culture, about, you know, growth. So definitely we'll get there. It's a process, nak. Process bi nanka la, but we're definitely getting somewhere.
Process bi nanka la, fan la problem bi nekkoon kon.
Problem move forward, but then we are trying to address it.
Uncle Hasum Cisse is still.
He's the DJ.
Mom, he's amazing. To be honest, Mom, he's always willing. For you see young people, he's always there.
Definitely.
You know, but then wara just how are you katuti. So because if artists kind of feel they are part of the work you're doing.
At the same time, there's something Lumade Buga Lache Center for Arts and Culture. I mean, most of these foreign artists, when they am sidika fee, I hope they are paying their dues. Because now we are tired of you coming to our country. You know, nga fee ñu chicken change, nga boob millions, nga dem sayo. Which is unfair. You are making 10 million. For this event,
you want 10% of that 10 million to the NCAC. We have the
law.
No. We have a law. No, it's not us. It's something that government needs to sign.
Who's going to sign it? The government?
Authority.
We are the enforcing authority. Why we are doing that right now? You get the floor. Why come it's not a fixed price. Category A, B, and C. Come sa category A is 50,000. B is. But right now, like he said, we are thinking of proposing a new strategy to say, okay, foreign artists, you give us 10% of your contract money.
Why Halis bobu 10% bobu falla de duga?
It's the Artist Endowment Fund. It's this fund we are trying to create.
Foofu la problem bi di nekk nag de.
No, because at the end of the day, you know we have the sport phone. Where the Scorpions or whatsoever, when they want to travel, they just go to the sport phone. That is the same thing we want to create for these artists. So we at least have somewhere to start. We can say
definitely. They are starting somewhere. They are moving. It's slow, but they are moving.
Okay.
They not agree because I'm on a time. Soon buge NCAC fee duñ leen dee am. But now they are ready to come anytime. At least we are starting somewhere.
At least léegi ñeme ngeen ñu da ngeen dee toog ñu ñuy wax.
Especially her. She's very active.
Waaye dafa mel ni bésoo bu di jobs dafa xeex boo de. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And good luck. Good luck. It's a brilliant initiative.
Thank you.
So we will now go for a short break, and when we come back, the program continues. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
QCell suñu bondul ɓuri yawude holora te non kadi ɓuri moƴƴude ko leydi Gambia ɗo si tawi hiɗa ka golle ma ɗum hiɗa ka l'école ma ka kangesa natugo internet nafitoroɗa suñu bondul ko kañum ɓuri moƴƴude no fuɗɗori mégabaji noga yeehi ha mégabaji 13 waɗu dial star 303 has fi wawa tawede ɗum ɗo nafitoroɗa internet tarif ɓurɗo weɓude nata e Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp e dulaji boyi nafitoro suñu bondul family on fi wawa natude ko internet no falirada data package ji ɓurɗi weɓude fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi noddu QCell customer care e 111 QCell suñu boss menen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Being the Gambia's trusted network, QCell continues to provide the fastest and most reliable internet service in the Gambia. With 4G plus internet speed, you are guaranteed fast and reliable internet anytime, anywhere with QCell. Get a QCell SIM card now at any of our customer care centers and enjoy the fastest 4G internet in the Gambia. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. suñu boss.
Gambia ñun ñooy network bi nga xam ne ñëpp ñun lañ óolu di continuer di leen indil internet service bu gaaw ànd ak kóolare si biir réew mi fii ak suñ 4G plus internet speed bi ñu ngi leen a ne gaaw na ànd ak kóolare saa su ne fu ne ak QCell dawal léegi nga ut QCell sim card foofu si suñ customer care centers yu nekk si réew mi nga jëfandikoo 4G internet plus bu gaaw bii si réew mi pour am si lu leer koolal QCell customer care si 111 QCell suñu bos ñu xaali yoon bi ñeneen toppa
compagnie bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew mi QCell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial star 335 # dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan QCell network yi Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
QCell woni GSM company ɓurɗo janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e QCell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial star 335 # fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G QCell network ɓuraɗo hoolorede ko leydi Gambia.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at Q South Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boosterview Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And I am Jenna Bosonko here with my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abalde. So we're about to talk about the national dialogue that is upcoming on sexual and gender-based violence. And, you know, beyond that, anyway, let me just not get into it because we have the right individuals to just take us through all the processes that will take place, inshallah. Absolutely. We're joined by Aisha Balde from the Paradise Foundation, as well as the Director of Gender at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Tida Jata. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, so Aisha, to start with, tell us, why the need to have this national dialogue?
Good morning, Jainaba. Good morning, Ibrahim, and all the viewers. Yes, a good question. Why the dialogue? As we celebrate the International Women's Day, I think you opened up with that, 8 March, we realized that what are we celebrating? Women. And the recent trend, and actually the theme for this year is Digital All, empowering women with new technologies. But you know, new technologies come with challenges as well. True. And we said instead of celebrating the regular celebration, there are lots of celebration going on, we will actually come up with a dialogue to talk about the challenges with new technologies. Right. Because when we talk of women empowerment, when we talk of gender equality, we have to open new avenues for young women and young people, which the technology does that. However, it has its own challenges. Right. And we've seen that. Recently on social media, we've seen trends of young people actually misusing social media, I would say, engaging in risky behaviors, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, even sexual behaviors. And we all know that the social media, new technologies rather, come with its own challenges. And countries like Gambia, unfortunately, we just open our doors to it. We don't even look at what it comes with. People are happy to buy a phone for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old or even a 10-year-old. But how are they using it? True. Do they know the features? And some people are even illiterates. They don't even know the mechanisms or measures to take to control the use of social media. Before even going to social media, we can even talk of TV. Because I remember we had a focus group discussion a couple of months ago. And some parents don't think there's nothing wrong with letting your child watch TV up to 10 or 11. Yeah. And they even talk about, do they tell a the motor su joge suba dafa am problem pour ew. But again, it's the parent's responsibility. Yeah. So if you cannot control the TV, then how can you control the phone or the smartphone?
So away from that, let's now shift to Tida Jata, who's the Director of Gender at MOPSI, because kids spend a lot of time at school rather than at home. So what are some of the measures at school, some of the subjects? Because you remember we used to have POP FLE, where, kids will be taken through understanding their bodies, what to do, what not to do. What is available now?
We have, good morning, Jaina and colleague, Mr. Balde. Good morning, viewers. Yes, we do have the comprehensive health education. Okay. And that is in place. It's more broad, it's broader and also child-friendly. When I say child-friendly, there are certain issues we discuss it age appropriately. Okay. And now that is being rolled out in our schools. Now that's what we are doing. But in as much as we're talking about this comprehensive health education at the level of the school. You are right. The school is the second agent of socialization from home. And we also make sure that we involve parents into it so that we can do it collectively. Because the school cannot do it alone. The parents cannot do it alone. We have to come together. As you said, they spend more than 6 hours a day in the school. And obviously, they learn a lot, both positive and negative. So it's important that we bring our children, the parents and the teachers together. So that's why in every school, especially in our government schools, we have the school management committees. And in our private schools, we have the PTA, that is the Parent Teacher Association. And we work hand in hand to make sure that we see our children through.
Interesting. So what is the manner in which we are going to organize this national dialogue?
Okay, the national dialogue is going to be holistic. We are going to involve women who are mothers. Men are part of it. We're also going to involve children. And I'm happy to let you know that the main speaker, the keynote speaker, is a child. Nice. Yeah, because they, you know, if they are not involved, if the right people are not involved, that sense of belonging is not going to be there. And as Aisha said, we have to work collectively to make sure that we achieve the goal. And the goal is that we eradicate, or at least reduce to a minimum, sex and gender-based violence in our society.
But how effective are these lessons at school, you know?
Yeah,
how
in fact,
are they? How practical maybe? You know, that's also another question.
Are we still teaching properly?
Now they have the comprehensive health education.
Comprehensive health education. Te bubu gina broad.
Why
my best subject.
Why thing be moy? Man suma problem film neka moy. Ni ko lecture sen bopa. How? Because anga Gambia fi da nga pare rek ñu dugala into the system. Then you call lecture. Then they go through proper training, maybe psychology and all the things it comes with. Pour hale. Because lolu yeb dafa matter pour nga mëna lecture comprehensive health education, not just nga pare from the college and then you come in, you know, it's another thing. Because when the kids laugh, for example, how do you tell them? Ñi teach sen bopa.
Ñom sen bopa they need to get that understanding.
Naka la mel.
Okay, thank you very much. Kontaan na trop bi ngeen duggé fofu te bi dama dugga ci wolof. Yes, ñun suñ teacher yi légui if you look at our statistics, suñ statistics education, we have almost over 90% qualified teachers in the basic cycle, and also at the level of secondary. If you look at our teachers now, most of them are Gambians. When we were going to school, we used to have a lot of foreign teachers who did very well for us anyway, but now we want to Gambianize our teaching force. That is number one. Now in college, the college has a model for comprehensive health education. Not only that, we have what we call EPS, Education and Professional Studies. And that's where you have the guidance and counseling. That's where you have the comprehensive health education. That's where you have the other sex and reproductive health issues, especially adolescent and reproductive health on the side of the senior level. So now teachers that teach this in the school, before they leave college as qualified teachers, they have knowledge of these issues and also they're taught on how to teach them. Because what you teach to a 7-year-old will be very different from what you teach to a 13-year-old and also an 18-year-old. So those age appropriateness are being taught. And secondly, we do conduct. My directorate, together with other directorates in the ministry, do conduct in-service training for these teachers. So it's not only comprehensive sex education. When you go to the gender unit, they train on sex and gender-based violence issues, which has direct bearing with this comprehensive health education. So it's like in both pre-service and in-service.
So that
teachers have been trained.
Area
yeah. No, wow. Why teacher be? And we have teachers who taught it, but not only that. Every teacher, when you graduate from the Gambia College, you are expected to be able to teach it because it's part of their model.
At this point,
why let them know that I'm specific. Come teachers, you go focus on that area.
Yeah, we have teachers that are trained to teach the course.
Specific
in service training, yes.
But just quickly before we go to Aisha, the issue of sanitary towels in school. This is a perfect opportunity for me.
Oh yeah, and you are right. You are asking the question to the right person.
Wow.
I'm happy to let you know that from North Bank region, that is our region 3, up to Upper River region, the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education is supplying each child with sanitary pads for the whole year.
In what
What we do is we look at the attendance, we look at the enrollment of girls per each school, and we calculate the number of sanitary pads that the girl may need.
Right now,
we are doing it. It's like we are government. We don't go on social media, publicizing whatever we do. But a lot of things are being done. We supply also to the big schools. When you go to St. Joseph's, Gambia High School, Nusrat, they will tell you that antitheta, because it's me they called, to come and collect it. The teachers will tell, the principals will tell you that. I'm calling these schools because we supply them. You understand? In addition to that, all our special schools, that is the St. John's School, the Govi, the Methodist School, and also the one in Bikama and Jibora are all supplied. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm happy this is happening, but at some point, you are government. I think that should be the main fact why you should come out and tell people what you're doing.
No. Good communications officers, you communicate.
So let no pay.
Like the way we are doing it. Why you soxla at you
why man I can remember I'm session fee, but women like the response was not good. Maybe because every year they celebrate menstrual hygiene day. But
menstrual hygiene day, I see you on TV all the time celebrating. And sometimes when I look at it, I laugh. Because the issue is, we have a policy at the level of the Ministry of Basic and Education, Secondary Education. And our policy is to make sure that we see our children through the basic and secondary cycle of education. And one important thing that affects girls, we conducted a study. What affects their attendance and their performance is when they are seeing their menses. So what do we, because when they are seeing their menses and they don't have sanitary towels, they sit at home. So what do we do as a ministry?
Conte dafa wara coordinated in a way ne ñan kan mo de joxe sanitary pad bi fan lañ ko de amé ndax xalé yek nañ ko because man li is news to me to be honest.
Okay,
because I've been into this space talking about this for the long time.
I think you didn't write. You see, that's why I said you are asking the right person.
Wow.
And what we do, this is something, we are not doing it for publicity. This is something that is our policy, it's our duty for us to do as a ministry. We do communicate. Those that know, the parents will tell you, that is not their responsibility, because our job, our duty as a ministry is to make sure that we reduce the cost of education to the barest minimum. And the children in this region, that's why I say in North Bank to Upper River, they don't buy sanitary towels. I told you these big schools that are within the regions 1 and 2, and St. Peter's too, the same, they don't buy sanitary towels. If you ask, that I'm telling you, the junior schools, you know, children start between the age of 13, 14. Some start as early as 9, but majority start 13, 14. And that's the junior school, so the upper basic and the senior.
So now at this point, let's involve Aisha.
But anyway, it was important because as long as national dialogue, we should start here.
No, that is important.
This is publicity.
Yes, but I think we have to.
So Aisha, Paradise Foundation, are you working side by side with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education?
Yes. Because it's one of the reasons why we partner, this is a huge partnership with the ministry, is that we're dealing with young people. We all know that there are like issues, and schools are structured. Is the first place outside of home for the young person. We're also targeting out of school youths, of course, but the first point is the in-school youths, and try to make sure that we reduce the access to the drugs, access to social media, minimize it. Minimize, because we're not saying that they should eliminate it, but minimize the access to social media and try to have good influence, good behavior. Because when we all know kids have to be kids. And between the ages of the school-going age, that's the time they need to focus. Yes, they will have other competing priorities, and that is where we're coming in. And the team, the main objective is to discuss education versus their social activities. We've seen the inter-schools, inter-house, and the sports going on, and now it's turning into a violent place.
It is.
And we have parents complaining. We have seen audios, we have seen videos on the social media, including even the joyriding, lots of things happening. Even young people being harassed or sexually abused at the places, beaches or sporting event venues that they call in for help. So we thought it was something that we need to talk about. And definitely we need to enlighten parents. And the purpose of the dialogue is to not try to put down the young people or social media, but let's dialogue. We need to know where to draw the line. We were all young at once. We had fun, but you know, within a context. Parents need to be aware. Yes, you're emphasizing on the schools, but the first place is the home. the home, we need to really put measures in place.
Yeah,
to,
that's why I said,
we really,
I
that's
said,
it, from a CSO perspective.
even if we have the national dialogue every day, I mean, it's attitude. It's from the home.
But that's where we start.
From.
That is the dialogue we talk. You know, we have to bring the problem on the table to get people to start talking about. This is the first step. What we want to do is that we publicize it to a point that those who cannot come to the dialogue, they will hear about it.
They will.
From the TV to the radio, social media, and start engaging their kids. And other organizations, CSOs, government too, can talk about it. That's the whole point. It's not for us to help bring about change, but it's a catalyst. We're hoping that the dialogue will start. And I'm sure in your forums, you'll be having events and discussions around that because it affects all of us.
Yeah, so quickly, who will be the audience? Students, parents?
We have more of the young people and women because it's International Women's Day. It's the mothers coming to raise their concerns. And one of the key challenges is that as mothers, we know that parents don't know how to deal with it. We have come across some parents whose kids, school-going kids and out of school, using drugs, and they don't know what to do. Some people have, you know, those sex tapes that have been circulating. Some parents who were involved, and especially mothers, go to the police station, go on to the schools. It's the mothers who keep going
At the end of
to
the day.
fix
How
it.
sad.
And honestly, we're not equipped.
What dick?
To be honest, we're not equipped. I'm working in development and we do psychosocial support. But honestly, as a parent, there are certain things that we're confronted with. Are we really prepared? What happens when your child does that? How will you react? Beating them or sending them away from home is not a solution. So what can we do? So we have to work together from the state, the homes, and obviously the schools.
But make sure when you bring the mothers, bring the fathers.
Of course, we invite
there are kids that you know. There are kids that you know. Their mothers are so close to them to an extent they can do anything. But when the father comes, they are always.
When the father comes, father yi duñ fay nekk sax dañu xam luy xew. Yéen xamu leen luy xew. Déedéet loolu bu wax loolu du fi am du ma ko nangu. Doo leen fay nekk sax di xam luy xew ma ne ba baalam yow.
No, it's a very activist.
Kii dafa fekkeewu dara ma ne fekkeewu ko. Ma ne doo leen dee yëg luy xew laa wax.
Wow. When we have our SMCs and our PTAs, a parent was telling me, out of 56 parents in the meeting, only 4 fathers came. All of them were
anyway,
I like
you
that.
are very busy.
But anyway, school below that, but thank you so much for coming. And this look packed. It looks so packed. I am happy it's packed and it's very diverse. Individuals from all sectors have been equally represented. So I think it will be meaningful, and that was the point at the end of the day.
And the best, what we want to do is that after the dialogue, we hope that the media, that is why we're working with the media, will take the conversation to another level. Initiate other conversation, not even without us, other CSOs, government. So we need to really talk about the issues to bring about change.
But count on us for that.
Thank you, as usual. Thank you very much.
So we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, we have 2 segments left. We'll be talking to Amadou Oba, media officer. He's currently in Egypt. I'm not sure if we're going with that, but if not, then we will go with that. Okay, so we will now go with Amadou Oba, media officer, who's currently in Egypt as the Gambia under-20 makes it to the semi-finals. Yeah. So let's just go for a short. Yeah, congratulations. It's a big win for us. We'll be right back.
Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motor services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors.
Gambia ñun ñooy network bi nga xam ne ñëpp ñun lañ óolu di continuer di leen indil internet service bu gaaw ànd ak kóolare si biir réew mi fii ak suñ 4G plus internet speed bi ñu ngi leen a ne gaaw na ànd ak kóolare saa su ne fu ne ak QCell dawal léegi nga ut QCell sim card foofu si suñ customer care centers yu nekk si réew mi nga jëfandikoo 4G internet plus bu gaaw bii si réew mi pour am si lu leer Callal QCell customer care si 111 QCell suñu bos ñu xaali yoon bi ñeneen toppa
compagnie bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo si biir réew mi QCell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu si biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan QCell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu
QCell woni GSM company ɓurɗon janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e QCell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G QCell network ɓuraɗo hoolorede ko leydi Gambia
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and now we will just take a look at what is happening in the world of sports. And we already started even talking about it. But Ibrahima, we are sending some love and light to him sitting right here. Parce que demba gis nañ dëkk bi. Xam nga Manchester United demba lu xewoon. Massa.
Yeah, that's a one-off. It's a bad day in the office, so we will talk about it
sometime. Waaw mas rek dañ la masaw rek du dara mu ngi jéema mu ngi daw waaye masaw waaye take us through mu ne baax na.
No problem.
Take us through what is happening.
So let's talk about the Gambia under-20. They've been in phenomenal form in the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which is currently going on in Egypt. And the semi-final first match is today. Of course, even the two matches in the semi-final. Gambia is playing one of the semi-finals. They're playing against Nigeria, and there is a place to get to the finals. They've already secured a qualification to the Under-20 World Cup, which is going to be held in Indonesia later this year. Wow. So that's already fantastic. And joining me on the line right now in Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is Amadou Oba. He's the media officer attached to the Gambia Under-20 team. Amadou, welcome to This Morning. Hello, Amadou.
Jay, it's a pleasure to be here again.
Amadou, take us through. The Gambia's Under-20 team have been doing fantastically well in this competition. They won 3 matches on the throat in the group matches, and then get on to the quarterfinals. And now we're talking about the semi-finals. They play later today, 17 GMT in the Gambia, and they'll be playing Nigeria. Take us through.
Yes, fantastic success for the national under-20 team. So far, in all the competitions played at this, from WAP to AFCON, never have they played any of these two competitions since 2019 without taking medal to the Gambia. That is an record. In 2019, they played in Conakry, and where after WAFU bronze medalist 2020 played in the finals against Senegal. They were qualified to the AFCON 2020, where they played the third place against India and went home again with another medal. And of course, 2022, they played in Virginia for the World Cup and played the finals in Senegal, and they went silver medal. Here they are again, trying to break another record. All right, like Bojan has said, I mean, these matches per game, and they wonderful so far, the most successful team, having all 4 places now, Of course, group stage matches like this, playing against Tunisia 1-0, playing against Zambia 1-0, and of course, 2-0. And then in the quarterfinals, South Sudan, 5-0 pumping of the South Sudanese team in this tournament, which gave them, of course, another boost ahead of the semi-final night here in Egypt. So far, so good. They've had incredible performances. 3 Man of the Match awards. The captain, captaining 2 Man of the Match awards. Salif Okulia, Man of the Match award, and the latest is Adam Afugan with a hat-trick and a Man of the Match award. So far, they are getting it all. And looking forward tonight to break another record. Last time they were under Coach Matar Mbut. They played in this particular, semi-finals, and which eventually against the third place playoffs, and they won. This time around, Coach Matar is looking forward to beat Nigeria to get the record for the in finals at this stage.
Amadou, tonight they are playing against Nigeria, who are heavyweights in African football, even at this level, under 17, under 20 rather. So what is the expectation? The Gambia's biggest test, for me, is going to be today in this competition.
Absolutely, absolutely. You take your mind a little bit that which had a target ago. The first objective for him and the technical backbone staff get to the World Cup, and that is qualifying the finals, the four competition, 4 teams right in competition, picking into the last would automatically place Indonesia, which is, by the way, starting on the 20th of June to the 11th to this month, year. And that has been achieved. After yesterday, the head delegation and the first vice president, Mr. Bakari K. Jame, had a top team as well, and the team captain. The biggest test would be tonight, like I said, to break another record to qualify to the final in this particular competition. Nigeria, by the way, a very big team, 7 times champions in this recent. I think the latest, if my memory is well, is 2019, won it in 2011 as well. This is another big test for champions. They think, like I said, that the last time they played in this against Ghana, which they lost after beating the last edition, they will be informed to have another bigger test in 19. But all heads are calm, they are focused. Like the coach said, in order to become a champion, you need to be the champion. We'll be looking forward to it tonight.
So, in terms of the readiness, everything is set for tonight's semi-final against Nigeria. Everyone is focused, the players, the coach. Yesterday, he had a pre-match press conference.
Yes. As of this morning, and our usual, just to reflect on the analysis when the coach finished his deliberations on about that Nigeria, their team, also looking at their weaknesses and strengths, upon everything that he had presented, captain, like I said, by the way, to get a 2 minutes to have a talk. His words I quote. By si kon romale of course there dina bokala ten bala Musa Chalo Bakari Tawara Ibu these were the few players played in the last edition. They were here on this team. Other than that, all the rest, this is their the state. They had their own platform already, but they I quote again, please let us stay off on our foot. Let us sleep early. Let's know that tomorrow is one of the biggest or most important days in our lives as players. It need be played in the pitch, because like our coach would always say, for football is beyond what is written on paper. We need to write our own history and be done tomorrow. He pleaded to his players, and another applause was written, and you could see that calmness as morning. Right, everyone is in there. 1 p.m. here in Egypt. Within an hour, they have their lunch and have their final meeting for the part of the stadium for the kickoff. Like I said, everyone is in their own and they're looking forward to this first set against record champions.
Well, Amadou, if you've been monitoring reports on social media, of course, I'm sure you are doing. because Gambia's most outstanding player so far, who has scored a hat-trick against South Sudan, Adama Bojang, he plays his club football for Steve Biko as a local club. It's been monitored, according to the Daily Mail, reports in England, about being tracked by Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest. They think, you know, he's a good player for now, so some of their scouts are looking at his progress in this competition. So that could be a potential good news, but could it also be a distraction for the player? Or is he focused on the game today?
Absolutely not. Like I said, these are one of the factors that is keeping this team consistently focused in the match. That is, any day, a day before match, always their boots are usually not them. They don't use their phones frequently, and that is one of the positive things I've seen in this camp. Once the captain speaks, everyone is him. And I think that has done them good. As of now, it's something that I've seen. I am with them with the players, and all of them are without their phones. This is to say that all the in fact, admitted to the captain himself as of yesterday last night. He said the reason why the Gambia didn't win the previous WAFU tournament was because their semi-final match against Mali, when they won and qualified to play in the hype on social media was so much that they stayed on their phones all night, and that costed them the finals because there was fatigue, there was lack of focus, there was lack of concentration. This was something that he reiterated last night during that deliberation. The players admitted. I remember the match before South Sudan, the night before South Sudan, he made a statement again. He said, look, we need to sleep by now. I mean, we need to put our food all up because we have the most important 90 minutes to take us to the World Cup against South Sudan, which the players are there too and seen that. Talking about scouts and agents that I've seen firsthand, every day there are agents in our hotel, there are local scouts and international scouts in our hotel, something that actually we also take it very professionally. On the local instance, any player having a direct contact with any scout or coach, procedures that are taken care of by coaches, the technical staff themselves, they have a direct contact, and by Bojang and Mane and the rest of the administrators are doing that work for the players. So, to answer your question, distraction to the players, hence they put their foot aside and they are so focused on the game and they need this game as much as we do. Adam Bojang, like you said, yes, when I asked him about this, you remember Adam Bojang had been powerful after having a very good start.
Well, Amadou, I'm afraid we're running out of time. We would have loved to continue with you to talk about the Gambia Under-20 for their great performance in this competition, the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations, currently going on in Egypt. And today is the semi-final. The Gambia will play against Nigeria. We wish them all the best of luck. And Amadou, thank you very much for your time.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Amadou.
Well, Jennifer, that's it. We wish the Under-20 of the Gambia
So
the best of luck.
how do you feel about this?
Well, this is great because it appears they have now got the chance of moving a step further. Their previous record in the Africa Under-20, in 2007, they had the bronze medal. That was in Congo, Brazzaville.
Yes.
And also in 2020's edition, that was in Mauritania. They equaled that record of having a bronze medal. So this time they have the chance of winning the gold medal or at least the silver medal. But that has to start today. They have to beat Nigeria to get to the final.
We can beat Nigeria? How good is the Nigerian team?
The Nigerian team also is good. They have good players in their ranks. They have an experienced coach. They have some of their players who have been brilliant. So that's why I said I think Gambia's biggest test in this competition is to play against Nigeria.
Yeah, but,
but they can win bronze again.
We are hopeful. No, we are not going for bronze.
No,
we are going for the final. I mean, you know, we are hopeful because the energy in this team, I think it's huge, and they are very energetic, and they are ready to win. So we are going for the trophy.
At least if Gambia wins today, that will help Mamadou Gajaga a little bit when it comes to yesterday's match.
Well, those things happen in football every time, you know.
Why, you cried?
Every big team.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, you know. I think I dealt with it.
But you wanted to cry a little bit. It stuck here, and then you remove it.
I was sad, but I didn't cry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, I believe you.
He handled it.
All right, you handled it well, whatever. But did you go to Mr. Adedrame to just console him? He needs, you know.
No, he was instead consoling me.
Oh,
because you know I'm so emotional when it comes to football, especially.
Gajaga will be shouting upstairs. I'll be like, Gajaga, what is this?
One of my little brothers, it's a Manchester fan.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a sports journalist. He
son.
said this morning he's supposed to do the sports news. So I don't know how he's going to do it.
He will not handle it.
He said, I'll tell my boss I am sick.
Well, and I hope he's not watching this. But Gajaga is smiling, so it seems he dealt with it.
Yeah, I had to deal with it. I think I've been in football long enough to be able to deal with these kind of situations.
Yeah.
We had, yes, the scoreline is flattering.
Yeah,
it's too much. 7-0 was humiliation.
It's
too embarrassing whatsoever. But these things happen in football. All these big teams, Real Madrid have been beaten 6-1, 6-0, and they like so Barcelona.
I'm
just kind of trying to bring you into perspective. So somebody is trying to tease us. You know, of course.
No, they are provoking you now.
Yeah, but we're going to bounce back.
We're going to bounce back. Mr. Ade, hi, we love you. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Join us tomorrow for another interesting program. Bye for now. Sorry.